30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge.
We are situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Check, 59, go. Yo, lady.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robert Woods, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Brady. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. That's complete to Meredith. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. It's caught. Michael Pruitt. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot 1st down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant, takes to midfield but no further, just a yard there.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Wait, 53! 59!
From midfield, here's Brady. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robert Woods with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Trumaine Johnson. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, D.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Go, go, go.
Here's Brady. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
Check 59. Mike, quick,
On 2nd and 7, Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Throwing now is Brady. He hits White, complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 42.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. Nice pickup for a first down.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
From the gun on third down, Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Edelman, the intended receiver that time.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Bell. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
59, Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, defense. Hey, defense. Ready? Mike, move. Come on, man.
On first down, it's Darnold. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Nelson Aguilar, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
I know he ain't got it. Strong right. Strong right.
Brady now on first down. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. To throw, it's Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 2nd down, Michel. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
to throw on third down. Brady. And able to find Dorsett. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Gostkowski with the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. A first down throw, Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come on, lady. Come get some. He don't want it. Now, lady.
Darnold. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Going for the deep ball. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A gain of 39 that time.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Now a first down carry by Bell. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Stop waiting. Kill. Red 80. 59 mark. 6'6". Full it high. Hey, box drop. Big Ed. Slam.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. Aguilar has it. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Mike is 59.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Brady gives to Michelle. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They will run with Grant, and he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Save. Sugar.
On 1st down, Brady. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Brady throwing complete to Dorsett. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
He made him think he was going to run a different route, probably thought he was going to take it upfield, then he curls back inside for the completion.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Brady hitting Dorsett complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that line.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A first down run for Bell, not going to get much, maybe a couple, and it's second down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
All right. Let's go, D. Let's go. Ready? Now let's get there. Shift. General West.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Hey, they're scared.
To throw is Darnold. A screen to Bell. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down, it's Bell. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, he's been the guy, already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
That throw by Brady, incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Let me go.
To throw again, Brady. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check 31, check 31. Alert! Check, 59.
From the gun, it's Brady. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, seam 6.
A final shot before the break. Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's get off the field.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Got his man, that's Harry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Brady to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. C.J. Mosley able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, 66.
Now Brady. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Marcus May with a pick. First possession in the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now Darnold. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12. Brady now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
Check it, reload. Hey, Alpha.
After the sack on 1st down, Brady gets it to Meredith complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Nate Hairston. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, 20, and DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play there for New England, 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Check. Rip.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And down he'll go at the 25. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Again, it's Bell. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down.
Rep. Share. Showing it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Caught here by Bell. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for New York. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Stop here, D. Shoot.
72. This is Grant. They find some open field here. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. From the gun, Brady. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a jet first down. On first down, Bell. Well, he gets this deep into Patriot territory. It's a big run that time by Bell. 54 yards. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
The first carry for Trenton Cannon, and he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
That's it, baby.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Trenton Cannon, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Hey, Alabama.
And it's Michelle once again. And an alley to run.
I got you, boy.
A big-time run there by Sony Michel. 45 yards on the ground. And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. As a man, and it's Edelman for the Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Pats able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Gostkowski the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
14. Stephen Gostkowski sets the kickoff.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Jets take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Let's go.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Back to you.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And this one is right down Broadway. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game? And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go, son. Mike 51. Come on, D. Hey, son.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here.
Donald on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.